AnnaBelle's, we approach animal care holistically. Today we're going to be chatting about proper nail care. Let's head over to Southside Animal Hospital to talk with Dr. Joyce Heideman about the anatomy of the nail. Dr. Joyce, it's good to see you.
Karen, how are you? Good afternoon.
At AnnaBelle's, you know, we offer a variety of grooming services, and one of the most common questions or complaints or problems that our clients come in with is, how do I take care of my dog's nails? We need a veterinarian's perspective on the anatomy of the nail.
Okay. It's actually pretty simple. This is the hard nail right there, the light blue, and then the pink is the quick area. Okay.
That's the part that would bleed,
That's
correct?
the part that bleeds. It's really highly vascular, and there's a lot of nerves in there, so it's also very painful, okay? And then right underneath that quick is the bone, okay? So if you get, you know, a dog that actually damages this nail, you can sometimes actually even see the bone underneath there.
Ouch.
For those dogs that pull off that nail, they bleed a lot, they're very, very painful, and sometimes you can actually see the bone underneath there.
Okay.
Underneath that is the pad of the toe. Now if we look at this nail over here, this is a nice nail because it's a clear nail, okay? And clear nails are so much easier to deal with than the dark nails, and that's why I have that picture there. This again is your skin fold area here, kind of like your cuticle, okay? And then this is the hard nail here. If you look, you can actually see this pink area in here, and that's the quick, okay? So when we're talking about, you know, where do we cut these nails, we always want to stay in front of the quick, okay? If we go into the quick, two things happen. One, the nail bleeds a lot, okay? And the other thing is it's very painful for the pet. And so when we're talking about trying to trim nails and keep them well maintained, you need to be able to have the pet let you do that. And a lot of times when we cut too close to this nail and it bleeds, the dog's not going to let you do it again, okay? It's going to fight. So a lot of these dogs that really hate to have their toenails trimmed, a lot of times it's because they've had their toenails trimmed too short and it's hurt.
Thank you, Dr. Joyce, for your time. Now we're going to head back to AnnaBelle's to talk with Dawn of Arrow Dog Training on how to desensitize your dog to the nail trim and also some other methods of maintaining that nail trim in between grooming and or veterinary appointments.
My favorite way of maintaining my dog's nails is to train them to do it themselves. Using a plywood board with high grit sandpaper on it, I've used shaping training technique and my clicker to train my dogs to scratch on the board and file their own nails. So Zelda here, Zelda, scratch, scratch, good girl. So I do this 2 to 3 times a week, about 3 or 4 minutes, and it maintains her front nails very well. Obviously, this is not going to do anything for her back nails, but our regular daily walks seem to do that quite adequately. Since I use free shaping, which is allowing the dogs to do regular behaviors and then just doing incremental small rewards towards the final goal. When I introduce the board, I simply introduce it, and if the dog pays any attention at all to the board, they get a click and a treat, and I usually will treat right on the board, so it makes the board even that much more interesting.
One quick question. Is this method supposed to replace regular routine nail trimming by a professional?
Absolutely not. I think it's important that your dogs get professionally nail trimmed regularly, and this is a great way to keep that maintenance in between those visits.
Thank you, Dawn, for your time. Now that we've chatted about different ways to maintain the nails between regular grooming, let's head to the groom room for a demonstration on proper nail trimming and drubbling.
What I always do first is I always just look at the nails and see where the quicks, if I can see the quicks, if they're white or if it's black, the nails. And Luke has a mixture of both. So, and his nails aren't that bad right now. And if they're not, I always just take off the tip just to see exactly where. Let's see. And once you get too close to the quick, if they're on the black nails, there's going to be a small little black circle, and that's when you're going to want to stop trimming. And or else you're going to get the quick. So now that we're done trimming, we're going to go to the Dremel, which if your dog does not like the nail clippers, dremeling is usually easier on them. And what dremeling does is it gets rid of any sharp edges that you may have missed. and that'll also help getting it completely down as short as possible. And so once I'm done with all 4 paws, I always go back to check to make sure I didn't get any sharp edges, especially if I know the dog has kids at home. That's it, it's really not that scary.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. If you have any further questions about nail care or any other concerns about your dog, please don't hesitate to call us. Check us out on the web at www.coolcitydogs.com or on Facebook.